contain a system or laws like the laws of gravity, which help maintain justice in the universe, especially in the world, because in the world or the universe as we know it, the only place where justice is needed is here on Earth as we know it. So that the galaxy and space that surrounds us, the only place where justice would be needed is with us, human beings. And does the universe have laws that bring justice to be imparted, to be placed and given so that nobody gets away with doing things which are bad or evil for nature or humanity? I always wonder because we know that the universe has many laws which always work perfectly, but we also know that we also humans have laws. We imitate universal laws. We try to imitate universal laws, but our laws are never as perfect as universal law. As we know, universal law is always the same without exception to perfection. So much so that you can have a number for, say, the law of gravity or electricity or magnetism or whichever law of nature and the universe. You can have a precise number, and the law will always result in in an outcome that adds up or gives you that number. The outcome, in other words, is always exactly the same, regardless of where you are. Like, for example, gravity. Gravity has always been exactly the same for all of history. It has never changed, not one tiny bit. For example, let's say you jump up and down, you will always come down at the same speed with the same force and with the laws being enforced in the same exact way. And it's funny that gravity as we know it was exactly the same gravity experienced by humans 700 years ago, 800 years ago. So we don't have today, we don't have cameras, I mean, videos or pictures or audio from humans 700, 800 years ago. But one thing we know that we can experience exactly as they did is gravity, because we understand that the universe has perfect laws which are always the same. Now, humans, we try to make laws like justice, but they're not always the same. They're not even remotely close to being the same. We all know that injustice with humans, justice is not the same for everyone. It's not working like gravity, where if you jump from a second floor from if you jump from a second floor and the other guy jumps from a second floor, you will both come down to earth, be attracted to the earth at the same speed with the same force, exactly in the same manner as anybody who jumps and anybody who would have jumped 10 years ago, 100 years ago, regardless of whether you're white, black, Asian, Latino, fat, skinny, small, big, whatever religion you practice. Gravity will always act the same without failure. So the perfection of gravity allows for the universe to work in a perfect order as it always has. We always know that the day will have 24 hours regardless of who likes it, who doesn't like it, what people have to do, what people don't have to do, what people decide. We can have a whole bunch of humans. The most powerful group of humans decide how much they want the day to last. And no matter what they say, the law of the universe will always lead to gravity making the day last 24 hours. So, in the human justice, in our attempt to imitate the laws that we see from the universe, we create laws in an attempt to create an organized society that works perfectly well in the same way that the universe works perfectly well, because it seems that by having such perfect order, things can continue to survive, things can continue to remain alive, well, and working. But as we all know, if in the justice system, if you have some type of power, if you have some type of race, if the person that's imparting justice has a bias for you or against you, a preference, you will not receive the same result as everyone else who commits the same action you committed, or who does exactly the same thing you did. Anybody else who did it before and anyone else who does it after you will most likely have a different outcome, because there's always many things in the way of the result, unlike in the universe where the result will always be the same regardless. So I always wonder, since we know that justice will not be equally imparted, since we know that power, money, good lawyers, which is a very big thing, if justice and law is always the same, how come somebody with a good lawyer can get away with something that somebody without a lawyer wouldn't get away with? So think about that. We have the same law, the same book, the same constitution, the same exact concepts, but unless you have money to bring in a lawyer who interprets the law for you, or for the people that are gonna judge you, people who are supposed to know and understand the law, if you don't have that person in the middle, then the law will be different for you, will have a different outcome for you. And when I believe when we have this happen, we are messing up the organization and structure of society and the world, in the same manner in which the universe and the world would be messed up if we didn't have the perfect order that we have in the universe. So that if the universe were to be as we are, and in a way so that one day gravity doesn't work for you or for me, so that gravity is avoided, or gravity forgets about you,